Hello and welcome to my Empties and Declutters for November 2025. We're just going to start off with this Great Barrier Relief from Crave Beauty. This is the jumbo one that's 3.38 ounces. This is a frequent repurchase. Although this jumbo one, I only need a couple of these a year, but it's awesome. I've been using it a ton lately. Love, love, love. Have already repurchased. Used up a couple of Trader Joe's candles. These are a couple of years old, so they're starting to kind of lose some of their scent. So I wanted to use these up. This is one of the vanilla pumpkins, which I love. I've gone through a lot of these. This one I think is only for water. This is nutmeg. And I think this one was part of a set. And then this one is Candy Cane JoJo's. This is part of a different set last year that was like not necessarily all Christmassy, but just like products that they sell at Trader Joe's. So the overall purchase of this one, it was like 12 different handles. I kind of regretted, but I'm still trying to get some use out of them. This is the thing that I am most excited about. I completely used up this Moira blush, so it is absolutely gone. This is not a huge product to begin with. This is a cream blush and it's 0.095 ounces, and the shade is 18 I Understand You in the Love Heat Cream Blush. I've had several of these, but this is the first one I've actually finished. And as you can see, it's a pretty light, cool pink color. So that's how I was able to finish it, is I ended up using a lot of it at once. And actually used this in less than a year, I believe. So, or maybe, no, maybe a little more than a year, but because it's an 18-month shelf life. So I had about 2 months left to finish this, so like 14 months. So yeah, pretty excited to have finished this. This is honestly a color I would buy again. I loved this color, and I love this formula. I don't have any more of these right now, but I absolutely would buy these again in the future. This is a Stratia Lipid Gold Eye Cream. I don't remember when I acquired this. It might have been a GWP, possibly, but I've had a couple of these. I think this is the second one of these that I've gone through. I don't plan on getting this one again. I put it on my eyelids, and it does have a tendency to run into my eyes and irritate them. And I have several other eye creams to go through. The Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. This was from FabFitFun. I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been an add-on, but it might not have been. It might have actually been a box purchase. I think it was, but I have had this before, and the last time I got it was several years ago, and I paid full price early on when this came out because the scent was so tantalizing, and it does still smell really good. But I think I've just used other cleansing balms that perform better. I'm back to my kind of old school traditional vanilla that I've used a million times. Although I'm trying a different one. I'm trying the firming one right now. And that is working better to me than this one does. But I do love this for the scent. Not necessarily something I need to get now. I got some of these Dove spiced, the different like fall scents. So this one's spiced chai latte. I really loved this one. I really loved the pumpkin one. There's one on this side that's getting decluttered because it's so awful, but this is really good. This is one of my favorite repurchase over and over candles from Frostbird Studios. This is Reading at the Cafe. Smells like coffee and chocolate pastry. I have already repurchased this. This one was a bit disappointing. This is from Mad About Skin. This is the Ultra Protection Antioxidant Cream. I really, really wanted to love products from Mad About Skin because I appreciate his skincare advice so much, but I just haven't found anything that I truly love. So this is kind of his answer to Survival Zero, and I just prefer Survival Zero. This one has a much stronger smell to the point where my husband asked me if I was using that serum I talk about that smells like meat, which is, vitamin C, and that's why I don't use vitamin C, because I can't handle the smell of it. But this kind of makes me smell like a smoky campfire, and he noticed it and was like, that's really unpleasant. And it is too strong to me. There's kind of more down at the bottom, but the pump stops working, and so like I could have tried to like scrape out the bottom there, but it would be a lot of work, and I have already rebought Survival Zero, so I actually got quite a few of them so that I'd have plenty throughout the year. So yeah, would not get this again. This is just about, we're almost to the end of my necessaire. I don't buy necessaire anymore. I just feel like I just am not as into the products as I used to be, and they're just kind of expensive for what they are. And I don't think this body lotion is all that great, which is crazy that I've had so many of them, but this I think was a kind of a promo one. And I did appreciate that it's fragrance free, so if I'm going to use it, that's what I use. But I've just moved on to other things, and I found that a lot of drugstore lotions I find perform better for my dry skin. This is my second favorite hand cream, the Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Hand Cream. This one is great. I have bought it many, many, many times. I'm currently using my favorite, which is the Skin Fix. It's very expensive, but it is the absolute best, especially if you are very dry and in the winter, which check and check. This is the VT PDRN Essence 100. This is my second bottle of this. I'm on my third bottle right now. And then I think I've decided that I'm going to be done with this. It's just, I have so many skincare products that are plentiful, and I just don't need this right now. And I think because, you know, you're buying it by the ounce, like I go through it pretty quickly, and I'd have to buy a lot of these throughout the year, and then all these other products are going to sit around and collect dust. So I could come back to this someday in the future when I have less things to go through. But for now, I'm going to finish up my third bottle, and then I'll be done with this. It is a really nice serum, but I also think until there's more research into the efficacy of PDRN, I just don't need it right now. Yet another candle, Vanilla Pumpkin, another one of the Trader Joe's. I really do love these Trader Joe's Vanilla Pumpkin candles. They are awesome. Okay, this one is kind of a joke. So I really wanted a calming oat serum. I thought that sounded great. And I bought this Aveeno one a while back on Amazon. So it's the Calm and Restore Triple Oat Serum. It is an ounce of product, and I just feel like, I don't remember, it was around $20. It's just very expensive for 1 ounce of something that's basically like soothing and hydrating. And then the dropper packaging doesn't even work. Like, it didn't really pick up product, so I basically had to just like dump it out onto my hand. So I ended up using this up in like maybe a week and a half because it's just kind of silly. So the serum itself was nice, but the packaging made this product unusable, and I think the size just makes it silly. Like, there's just so many other things that do what this does that are 5 or 6 ounces. So I don't feel like that is worth a repurchase. All right, this is the Skin Fix, my favorite hand repair cream. My favorite hand lotion. This is just like a 1 ounce one, and this one, I realize this one's expired. It's been my purse hand cream for probably the last 2 years. So I finished this up because it was expired, and now I need to find a new purse hand cream. But yeah, this is my very favorite lotion. It is the best. Teeny tiny. I traveled with this just this week for Thanksgiving. And I wasn't sure how far this serum would get me, and it didn't get me through the entirety of Thanksgiving, but it got me through like 3 days. So it's the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Deep Hydration Serum. It is a teeny tiny little Sephora sample, 0.16 ounces or 5 milliliters. It's a nice hydrating serum, not anything I'm running out to buy, but you know, this was nice for travel. All right, my other makeup product. It's teeny and tiny. It is the Mob 1990 Lip Pencil. I do really, really love this color. It is fabulous, and yeah, I love this formula. I love this color. I use this one a lot. I have already repurchased this. I also use their gray one a lot. Love these. All right, last thing in there. This is also something I used up this past weekend over Thanksgiving when I was traveling to see my family. This is the Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Cream. I really like this cream. I've purchased it many times in the past few years. I don't really buy it anymore, but every once in a while I have one of these samples, and it is really nice. The only thing besides that this cream is more expensive than it needs to be is that it does have kind of an odd smell to it, but I've used it a lot, so it doesn't really super bother me. Okay, on the right side we have some more Empties, but also some Declutters. So this is David's eczema relief skin protectant cream from Gold Bond. He goes through probably 2 of these a month because he has really bad eczema. So 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, whatever. Okay, this is not empty. This is very, very full. This is supposed to smell like apple caramel crumble. What does it actually smell like? It's like cough medicine that went bad. Maybe like antiseptic and Jägermeister. Yeah, just not a winner. All the other Dove holiday hand wash scents we got I really liked. This one is a no. So I don't know where they went wrong. It does not smell like caramel apples at all. This one's bad. Get the others. The others are good. This is another declutter. I can use the 4% panoxyl, but I wanted to try the 10%. And what I discovered about the 10% is it dries out my hands so bad that they hurt for like the next 3 days. So, and I used it one time. So I will not be using this again, but I do use the 4% here and there for body acne. I've gone through many, many, many of these and continue to buy it. This is the Interface Peptide Cream. It is just a great deal, and it's a moisturizer and a peptide cream, so I really like that. This is a declutter. This is the Tower 28 Intensive Rescue Serum. So I use a hypochlorous acid spray. I tend to get like whatever is a good price on Amazon that comes in the 32-ounce like economy bottle, and then I just fill up a spray bottle because I use it every day, twice a day, pretty much no matter what. So I go through a lot of it, so it makes sense to buy the big economy bottle. I got this had an 18-month shelf life, so I got it about 1.5 years ago, and I just don't use it because the hypochlorous acid spray is really good on my super sensitive eyes. It actually makes them feel better, and so I just ended up not having a point to this because it's redundant, and also it's not going to go into my eyes as nice as a spray would. So I just never ended up using it, and now it's expiring, so I'm going to let that go. David's bar soap, he goes through a lot of these. Dove Sensitive Moisturizing Creams, another one of his eczema creams. This was just a sample of the Tatcha Kissou Lip Tint, their SPF sunscreen lip balm. I tried it. It tastes like sunscreen, which like most lip balms taste like sunscreen to me. This is the About Face. This is interesting. So this is their shadow stick in the shade Pearly Baroque. Baroque, I think, is the shade name. It's like a pearly finish. It's very pretty. So when you put this on, this was a FabFitFun thing a while back. So it is kind of near the end of its shelf life anyway, but I tried putting this on my eyes recently, and it basically cracks in the middle. And I think it's just that this is formulated for younger skin, and so on my 41-year-old eyes, it ends up kind of just cracking halfway down. So you have this giant crease, and it just ends up looking terrible. So would not recommend this, which is kind of unfortunate. I haven't actually, the only other thing I've tried from About Face was their their clicky lip pens, because I love a clicky lip pen, but those, I had to declutter that too because it had a really, really awful perfumey smell that like set off my asthma. So I don't know that that brand's for me. Here's another brand that I'm just not sure about. I've loved a lot of glossy things over the years, But I need to stop buying balm.com because I buy them because they get me with the scent and I get excited about the flavor, and then I don't use it because I have all these other lip balms that I like better. So I have actually used up a couple balm.coms in the past, but it's been a long time, and there's just so much more on the market now, and I have so many of them that these just sit around and collect dust. So this one has reached its 1.5 year shelf life, and I have not gone near it. So there's no point in keeping it. It's just going to keep sitting here collecting dust. So I am letting this one go. It is not a bad color, but it's not a color I particularly care about. And the scent is just very fakey. It's a very fakey strawberry, so I just never want to use it. I don't particularly like the scent or the taste or care about the color or the formula. So all around, I need to declutter this and not buy any more balm.coms. Other things I need to move away from, and this is also an aging skin thing. I have aging dry skin, and so I really need to move away from matte lipsticks. This is the Mob Beauty M154B. And this is also at the end of its natural shelf life. And there's another one. So this is the 154A. I should never have gotten these. They're almost, but not quite, the same color. But yeah, their matte formula is nice, but it's just too drying for my dry skin. I really love a lot of Mob Beauty stuff though. And the color's pretty, but it didn't work with my skin tone anyway. So colors and formulas were a fail on these, so I just don't need to keep them around. And then the last thing that I'm decluttering, oh, well, there's also this. So I replaced this. This is the Prosecco Fizz Redimension Hydro Dew Luminizer from RMS Beauty. So in their Green Friday sale, I bought a new one of these to pop out into my compact. So this is the old one. This is absolutely beautiful. So I am replacing it. I kind of hoped, like, this is 2 years old now. I would love that these have a 2-year shelf life. So I've had this one 2 years, and I kind of hoped that they would have more shades by now, but it is really pretty. So I did repurchase this. And then the last thing here is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these Moira highlighters. They still have a tiny bit of time on them. They're technically not expiring until February, but they're supposed to be a dupe of the Rare Beauty, and they just, like, I've had the Rare Beauty before, and it just doesn't come close. Like, they're still a nice product. They're pretty, but they're not the Rare Beauty. So, like, that's gorgeous. But I ended up getting the Rare Beauty one instead, and I think I'm going to be happier with that because I miss it. It's been a long time since I've had that one, so that's what I wanted. So I'm going to let these go and then use the Rare Beauty one instead. So that is all of my empties and declutters for the month of November 2025. Thank you so much for watching.